Greetings. We continue today with part 2 of the protection from God's Word. We begin today in the 31st Psalm in verse 20, where it says, "Thou shalt hide them in the secret of thy presence from the pride of man. Thou shalt keep them secretly in a pavilion from the strife of tongues." Psalm 32 verse 7, "Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance." Psalm 64 verse 1, "I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. I will trust in the covering of thy wings." Psalm 91 1, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." We find here the fifth of 6 uses of the word hope in Psalm 119. Hope in God's Word is stated to be David's secret hiding place and his weapon against his enemies. Verse 115 says, "Depart from me, ye evildoers, for I will keep the commandments of God." The word depart is a regular word used almost 300 times, which simply means to remove, to withdraw, or to depart. David is speaking about making a clear separation from those who are double-minded, as James calls them in James chapter 1, verses 6 through 8. When he says, "But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways." So again in James 4:8, he returns and says, "Draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinner, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded." The double-minded man, again, the one trying to serve God and mammon at the same time, is unstable in all his ways. This is a biblical fact. David made a separation from this kind of person. One of the tragedies in modern Christianity has been that too many have done the opposite of David's attitude and action. Instead of declaring a separation from them, how many today have actually joined with them, abandoning their pledge of allegiance to God's Word, walking with the world, not apart from it? David could not, I cannot, and you cannot walk in God's commandments and with the world at the same time. Verse 116 says, "Uphold me according to thy word, that I may live, and let me not be ashamed of my hope." This request for God to uphold David is the only use of the word in Psalm 119. It's used 47 times, and its primary use has to do with the laying of hands upon the hands of a sacrifice elsewhere, as in Leviticus 1:4. "And he shall put his hand upon the head of the burnt offering, and it shall be accepted for him to make an atonement for him." Psalm 37 verse 24, "Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord shall uphold him with his hand." Psalm 51 verse 12 famously, "Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit." Psalm 145:14, "The Lord upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down." Jeremiah 17:7, "Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord, and whose hope the Lord is." We'll conclude with Psalm 34 verse 9, "Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all."